All right, folks, welcome to Procreate. So we've unboxed this thing, right? And you're going, what did I just get into? So let me kind of show you how to get to this gallery page, okay? So if you're on the home screen for your iPad, click on Procreate, and this is going to be your gallery. Your gallery is where all of your images are going to show up. And the most important thing right now, right off the bat, is to hit this plus button up here in the upper right-hand corner and create a new canvas. Now, if you're brand new to digital art, we're going to show you how to read this real quick. There are lots of different canvases around this left-hand side. You see it says screen size, square, 4K, A4. Those are different labels for canvases. In the middle, you've got the color space. We'll talk about that here in later lessons. And then you've got the pixel or the inch or the millimeter dimensions. Now, if you're brand new to digital art, Procreate is a raster-based program, which means it's very subject to what is called pixelation. That means that, say you want to print it the size of a billboard, but you design it the size of a postage stamp, it will blur and it will look like trash when it's printed. So you want to make sure that when you select canvas, it's very close to the desired size that you want to print it. As an example, if I'm going to do the back of a t-shirt, I may create a canvas that is about 16 inches or so long because the back of a t-shirt full length is around 16 plus inches. I'm not going to design it at 4 inches and then stretch it and pixelate it to that 20 inches. That's going to be trash. So right now, all I need you to do is click on the little plus button here, and it's just going to ask you to create a canvas. Let's just go ahead and add in a 2000 pixel by 2000 pixel canvas and hit create. Okay, so the size really wasn't important. This lesson is all about getting you up, getting you moving, and identifying the interface. Now what I'd like you to do, take your thumb and forefinger, separate them, put them on the screen, and then bring them together. That will allow you to zoom out of your canvas. All right, let's take a real quick tour of the interface. Let's start on the left, and the first thing that I want to show you are the sliders. You see I'm moving this slider up and down? That slider controls what is called your brush size. Now where's your brush? Let's go to the upper right, and you see the blue icon. I'm tapping it right now. These are all your different brushes. And if you say had a brush, I'm going to use the Studio Pen, which is in the inking set. Swing down there, find the Studio Pen. You can then assign a color. Let's go to the yellow circle, click on the yellow circle, and drag the inside until you get to black. All right, let's make a stroke on the page. See how that creates on the canvas? Now drop the slider, you see I'm now moving the slider, down and make another stroke. That is how you control brush size. So in the first couple seconds here, you've learned where your brush icon is, where your color icon is, and what the top slider does. Now, if we move the slider all the way up, and we made a big old line just like that. This is a fully opaque line, which means there's no transparency. On the bottom slider, right here, you'll see as I toggle this up and down, it goes from white to kind of a gray. Go ahead and somewhere in the middle, position the lower slider, and now, notice you have a little more opacity in this. And if I drop it down even further, notice now it's see-through. If I crossed one of these other lines, you see how it's see-through? So the top slider is brush size, the bottom slider is opacity. You know where the brush icon is. And now I want to show you the smudge tool. You see I'm clicking on this. Now the smudge tool, let's go ahead and crank that up. The smudge tool does exactly what you think it does. It smudges. So I use that a lot for shading. And the eraser tool right next to it erases things. So you can use the eraser tool to erase your image. And we can move it up, and then we can erase bigger spots. All right. Right next to that's the layers panel. And then we have the color panel. We're going to learn all about this, right? You're going to spend a lot of hours with me. This is just an overview. Now along the left-hand side, let's go ahead and take a look at these tools real quick. This tool, which is now blue, this is the transform tool, and you'll see that all of the options appear on the bottom. So the transform tool has freeform, uniform, distortion. We're going to cover all of those. Then you've got the selection tools. This is key to all raster-based programs. Selection is key when it comes to raster programs. We're going to spend a lot of time with this. Then you've got different adjustment layers. So you see that as I'm tapping here, the adjustment tab comes up. I'm going to turn off selection. And then there's this thing, it's the wrench. This is called the action tab. So this is where you export, this is where you can bring in pictures, this is where you can set your video for your time lapses, everything that you love about Procreate. So all I need you to understand is the sliders control your size and opacity. Over on the right hand side are your brushes, your smudges, your layers, and over on the left hand side are your different types of layers and some of your tools. Now let's tap gallery. And just like that, you're back in your gallery. You'll notice where your untitled canvas rests. All right, let's go ahead and call this one here. This was a brief tour of the interface. Let's go ahead in the next one and talk about some of the other programs you're going to need in order to run Procreate on your iPad.